How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Folks, I'm with coming in right now, taking over for Gerald. There's no way you can step up to that one, man.
I saw that.
The only thing,
I can't touch it.
The only thing, well, you should have touched him. Like put him on those chokeholds and put him into submission would have been good. But there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. Gerald Duqs, say goodbye. Yay! There's actually giving him a parade as he's leaving. Jason is our veteran services agent. I had him on the show maybe about 4 months ago. Today was our memorial service here at Longmeadow Days at noontime. A great service. I think it was actually a great service. A nice service, and I think it was very well done. The grounds look exceptional today. And what did you think? I
thought everything went pretty smooth. Yeah, no complaints at all.
Yeah, I mean we have beautiful weather, a little hot there in the sun, but
yeah, it's summer.
Yeah, but it was a nice ceremony today, and I think we had a pretty diverse, what do I want to say, speakers. We had speakers up there today.
That's what we wanted to do, is get all different groups up there, so we get different people out in the crowd.
One of our citizens in town, I can't think of his name right now. I'll figure it out. He survived the Baton Death March. He passed away. Mr. Pellegrino passed away a couple of years ago.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
And it was just interesting, when I met him and he gave me a little salute, and I said, no, I don't deserve that, but we have some people here. We had our World War II veterans up there, and just to have those folks in town and be able to say thank you with something like this for those that have, either passed away or still around. And actually, I think it's important to show people that are still around that have served that, they're appreciated and stuff. So I just want to thank you for, organizing this. I know Jerry Nolet and Ben Morey and Barry Jarvis all had a hand in helping out with this.
More than helpful, yeah.
And we had some sponsors to pick up the costs of any of the speakers and the flowers and so forth, but I thought it went very well. And
everybody did their part. Everybody did a good job, and I'll be happy to do it again next year.
Yep.
No problem.
Now, the most important thing is what, when you were on the show last time, is to let people know, for anybody who's served in the military or has had family served in the military, correct? Father, husband, that type of thing. There are some benefits for the spouses of military members that
spouses, widows, and if there is dependents, yes.
Okay. Yep. And the best way they can get a hold of you is where and how?
Right at the. They can get a hold of me over at 231 Maple Road, the Senior Center. And my phone number is 413-565-4150.
See that? You obviously have your own plane there. I think that's our cannon announcement. Yeah. So is that right? That's our cannon's going to go off soon? No? Oh, that says it. Okay, good. Awesome. So we'll have the cannon go off right in the middle of the interview. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I always thought when the cannon go off, everybody should just fall and give these guys a little bit of a headache over there.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sorry. Let's do that one more time. You can actually call the Council on Aging. You can I get it through the website, Jason?
Yeah, it's Longmeadow, through the Longmeadow website.
Longmeadow.org, and there's a tab for veteran services.
Right.
Okay, and again, if you have anybody in the military, a husband, a father, or anybody in your family, you have any questions about that, just give Jason a call, and he can either get you the answer, or he'll find out and get it back to you. And I've heard a lot of good things since you've been up there.
Good.
Which is good to hear. Yeah. And I know your outreach is continuing, and that's part of your job, is to reach out to the veterans to let them know about some of the because some of these guys don't know about it, don't know what's available to them. And I was at, and I think I told you, maybe I didn't tell you, I was at a lunch at the Senior Center, and Jerry Nolet, who emceed the memorial service, was up there, and he was talking about a certain card that he had, and some of the guys didn't have it, and he was educating them about
the blue card.
The blue card. And it was interesting to see, all these guys, and then these guys pull out of their wallets their cards and stuff. So, and I think it's a great thing of what we're doing and how we're doing it, and make it that we now have a very active outreach to those veterans, though. And that's what you're doing. You are actively going out there and outreach, trying to reach out to those veterans, say, knocking on their doors and saying, here's what you have available to you.
I'll be taking a run down to Emerson Manor next week.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, to check out if any individuals out there need any help. And I am setting up a booth over at Glenmeadow?
Glenmeadow,
Yep, Glenmeadow on the 30th, I believe. I've been planning for this, so I'm not too certain about the date, but I have to check on that. But anybody can call me for the date on that, and anybody can go.
Okay. Yeah. And one of the mistakes I made is when I first interviewed Jason, I called him a former Marine.
Oh boy.
And I found myself on the ground in a locked arm position here and everything. And Jason's not a former Marine; he's a Marine.
Marine. What's a Marine? Always a Marine. That's right.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to just hold on for a moment and let them fire their cannon, because that's going to go off in a second.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
front row seats.
And folks, this is part of the Longmeadow days. They have the cannon going off once an hour or until they run out of cannonballs. So as long as you're not in the line of fire, you're okay. I see the commander right now is passing around a picture of Gerald Duqs. They're trying to find him. The guy's got the binoculars on right now. Can you see him over there? He's searching for Gerald. It looks like they've got him in sight. Oh, see, the guy's going to go down. He's running down the road to point him out.
Hurry up and wait.
I've always said by the time the enemy's gone by the time they fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just bored.
Yeah.
See, now this is what I don't like. They're giving Gerald time to get away. They had him in his sights, and they're ready to go.
Like I said.
You know? And I paid them $20. You girls are on camera, you know. That's it. Wave right there. See? See, someone forgot the matches.
Yeah. Or a cannonball.
Yeah. And since people don't smoke anymore, you can't get those anywhere.
I'll be out there. Excellent. Thank you.
Okay.
2 o'clock, right? 2.
It starts at 2.
Starts at 2. You want us there?
Right after him.
If you want,
Huh?
if you want to mic me up and stuff like that,
5 minutes before.
whatever.
Good.
Okay.
We used to aim it at East Longmeadow, Jack, but they're trying to change course. Right now, they're trying to get Gerald Duqs. He's walking around somewhere. They're passing around the picture of him. They're trying to identify him in a crowd.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, 10 years later, now we're fighting the Great War of 1812. Or whatever. You know, someone's got to point out to the lad who's given the directions over there that perhaps a megaphone would help him when you're trying to educate the people out here. Just my thoughts. Just my thoughts. Well, they're loading the cannon. They're packing down the powder. I see they're going with the 8-pound cannonball. Quite enough weight there to take out Gerald.
Yeah. I wonder where it lands.
This is a precision laser-guided cannon, Jason, so
Okay.
no mistaken. When your house is hit, your house is
Yeah,
hit.
new technology, right, on the cannon.
Okay, I'm gonna, Here's the countdown. 100, 99. This is great television, isn't it?
Oh, boy. Are they still taping?
The guys in the booth right now are playing videotapes of like ESPN on the air or something like that.
We have a week game.
Molson cooler pack.
Yeah.
My son tells me I'm the only one that left that drinks Molson. That's like a real classic.
Is Mr. Nucifero here?
What's that?
Is he here today?
Yeah, right over here.
We talked with him yesterday.
Oh, did you? Who spoke with him? Did he? Okay.
Well, he'll get him on again.
Well, no, if he's already at zero, then that's okay. We don't want to do overkill.
May I swipe this?
May.
Thank you.
All right, Jason, while they get ready to fire that cannon.
Okay. What do you got?
All right, so is there anything else you want to let the people on Meadow know about the veteran services that they would need to know?
It's not just for money, it's also for health. I mean, there's a lot of health benefits out there too, and if you're not qualified for these, the Chapter 115, which is, you're only allowed to have up to $7,000 with a life insurance policy, 10. You qualify for other ones. There is health benefits that you could have a numerous amount of money. It doesn't make a difference.
Okay.
So there's other things out there.
And then, are you at the when they have their monthly meeting, the veterans group there?
Yep.
Because I know they bring some speakers in.
Yeah, I take care. I coordinate all that, and I'm there as well.
Okay, and that's another thing that people should know is that once a month.
Yeah.
At the Council on Aging, there is a group of veterans that get together,
Yep.
and they talk about they have educational services where I think 1 month the director of the Soldiers Home was up there.
Yeah, the superintendent of the Soldiers Home, Paul Bearboni, he actually marched with me in the parade. He's
Oh, go ahead. You want to go? You can do that. We'll just keep talking while they fire the camera, fire the cannon. So, so they have guest speakers up there that if you're a veteran or a spouse of a veteran, it's a great place to go because that meeting, I think they sold out. They're standing room only.
Oh yeah,
because I actually gave up my seat.
Yeah,
I gave up my seat so people could sit down because they kept coming in because it was such an important topic that people wanted to hear about. And I think it's a great thing that we have up there. So again, do you know when it is? Is it the first Thursday, third Thursday, or something?
It's the first Wednesday of every month.
First Wednesday of every month at the Council on Aging, right after the lunch, which goes from 12 to 12:30.
Yep.
Then the veterans meeting begins. So if you can't make it or get a hold of Jason, first Wednesday of every month, you can stop up at the Council on Aging, and someone there can direct you to you.
Exactly.
If you're not there.
Yep. Exactly. Right. When are you gonna fire this thing?
War's over.
Yeah, see now right now, folks, what you're seeing a picture of is a bunch of people waiting for cannon to be fired. As someone who has children that have come to Longmeadow days, I think by the time they fire the cannon, most of the kids have walked away by then. That's Mr. Bartlett chimed in. They left town, had a family, and then came back with their grandkids, and it still wasn't fired. That's like they have a very long wick there, Dave. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. This is black powder, not the traditional gunpowder. Jason, this is very similar to the munitions you've used in your days as a Marine, correct?
Yeah, we used to wheel in cannons and run cavalry.
See, here we got it. We have a man in uniform right now approaching the camera.
It's not the American military, though.
He's from the Canadian military. He doesn't have a gun, but he's got a flower that squirts. So that's. Sorry to all the Canadian neighbors, but they're a long ways away. They'll never see this, so that's. If you pull your hand up and down, like when the kids do on the school bus when they go by a tractor trailer, you think I'll fire it? Wow. All right, so the South has crossed the Potomac. They just stormed the White House, and now they're in Philadelphia, folks. I think this is the warning sign, either that or the Preakness is starting again. Take your horse in the fifth lane. Hey, we actually have a Triple Crown coming up, a real Triple Crown potential race. Isn't that great? First time since 1978. Well, it'd be a first time winner since 1978. Jerry, we're wondering if they actually have matches for the wick over here. Because they've been blowing that horn for 5 minutes. All right, Jason.
I got a cramp in my neck.
There you go. We're doing a little show. Yeah, well, we were trying to do a little show until the guy started blowing his bugle, and we thought there was a cannonball that's going to...
Yeah.
All right, so now we know there are no cannonballs here.
No, there's no cannonballs.
I'm a little disappointed. I thought they actually fired real weapons over at the memorial service. I think that would make it interesting, don't you?
Not to shoot it directly at the memorial service.
No, but just live munitions, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We could get our police SWAT team out as a response, get some training done at the same time.
There you go.
You know?
There you go.
Let them chase around all those Civil War soldiers.
Put those tax dollars to use, right?
We already bought the ammo, Jason. It's not like it's not there. No?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can. I mean, that was it.
Oh, we're all set.
Yeah, and again, folks, we're not on camera, but you can hear us. But just wanted to let you know if there's anything you ever need with veteran services. If you don't remember how to get a hold of Jason, go to the Town of Longmeadow website or call the Council on Aging, and they will put you in touch with our veteran services agent, Jason Danny, and Jason will be more than happy to help you. And again, he might already be coming out to you. So, but if you have questions, please call because it's very, very important that our vets know what's going on. Yeah, say your number again.
My number is 413-565-4150. And that's from 9 to 3.
You got a Twitter account?
And I do not do Twitter.
All right, Jason, thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, we're going to call in now while we're waiting for the cannonball. East Longmeadow Selectman Jack Villameno. How you doing, Jack?
Well, how are you?
Good. So we're not on camera because we're going to be back on camera.
I guess we are.
Yeah, and cannonballs, as I told Jack earlier, these cannons were aimed at East Longmeadow, and then after a treaty, the treaty of 1983, we stopped shooting into East Longmeadow,
right.
And that's how we have. But they still have our safe in East Longmeadow Town Hall. There's a safe that says Town of Longmeadow on it.
Yeah. Any of the equipment we had that was before 1894 also says Town of Longmeadow.
That's right, like your fire engines.
Yeah,
you still have them. Yeah, still in use.
Well, those are new. I thought your department made fun of our department because our fire trucks are green. Because your guys said they're not ripe yet.
Oh, they're not right. Oh, very good. There you go. I didn't know that.
Yes,
there you go.
They're not as seasoned.
Yeah. So the old ones are gone. The horses have been put to sleep, and and the wagons are gone. Yeah. So okay. So first of all, welcome to Longmeadow Days.
Oh, thank you.
Obviously, this is not your first time here.
No. But I got to tell you, as far as weather, I think this is the best weekend I've ever seen.
Yep. I was here it was 6 years ago. I had a little booth when I was running for selectman, and Saturday was absolutely gorgeous. And then about Sunday at 3 o'clock came in, we had thunderstorms coming, and the wind picked up so bad. That stuff was flying all over. It looked like a scene out of The Wizard of Oz. But this has been absolutely fantastic weather, and I think, the constant flow of people back and forth is a testament to the weather, because when it's nice out like this, people want to get out and experience something. And have you had any of the food to eat today or yesterday?
Way too much of the food.
Excellent.
And it's all been fantastic.
Excellent.
It's always very well attended, but this weekend with the weather you've had and having your Memorial Day service now tied to the event, it's just been a great event.
Yep. And I know they got Mike Scuderi working in the Episcopal Church tent over there, and he has been cleared by the health director. So I want to put those fears to rest. Mike Scuderi's been cleared by the health director for today. Not that you know Mike, but that's okay. I got my chops busted when I went to go buy a soda, for gosh sakes. But anyway, what are you doing here at Longmeadow Days?
Well, I do have a booth for myself for my state representative race, but also I've been working with you to get the sound system, up and running for your memorial
service.
Which you have a great service. It's very well attended. It's very respectful. It's a class act all the way around. I know Mr. Nolette was very involved in that.
Job.
But it was
and he looks fantastic in uniform still. Jeez, he looked like he could kill you. And now East Longmeadow's memorial service is actually on Memorial Day.
It'll be on Memorial Day. It takes place at our high school.
Right at the high school.
Yes.
Okay. So if you missed this one and you want to go to another one, there's one at East Longmeadow. It's very well done as well, and you have a big parade from what I hear as well.
Well, as we gear up, for our summer civic stuff, we do have our carnival that our JCs run. It's for 5 nights. The last night is July 3rd, which is also the night as our 4th of July fireworks display, and then the next day, of course, is the 4th of July parade, which, as far as we know, it's the biggest 4th of July parade in at least Western Mass, and that's usually about 10 to 12:30, and the parade route. Actually, this year the parade route got switched, so now it starts at the high school and ends at Birchland Park Middle School.
Okay.
And we had to logistically tweak it. Anybody, please come on out. It's a great time. Hopefully the weather will cooperate. But it's always one of our best events, and we're really proud of it.
Excellent. That's very good. And over the last few years, Jack and I we're both on the select boards of our respective towns, and over the last few years, our two towns have been talking continuously on how to try to improve services for our citizens and deliver in a more efficient way. What's interesting is that even though we haven't really done anything jointly, so to speak, I think what it's done is it's opened the doors for things that could potentially become joint operations and help both our citizens. I mean, you guys did, East Longmeadow did merge with Hamden and Munson with their Veteran Services agent. We didn't, but what it's done is it's actually, as a board, I know we've had discussions that the door isn't closed to that yet.
No, absolutely not.
So that's a good thing, and I think that, and what's interesting is that I got on the select board 6 years ago. There was no talk of any of this ever going on, and in the last 2 years, I think we've really put a lot of effort into at least talking about things that we could potentially save money on or deliver better.
Well, I mean, by joining up with, in the Veteran Service District, like you said, we joined up with, I'm going to get cut off by the loud blast, I know that, and teaming up with and there we go. It's actually better now because it's the anticipation that kills you. It's like a Hitchcock movie.
Yes.
It's the minutes before the scream.
And the percussion is so so heavy that you do feel it no matter where you are. And now you get to inhale the sulfur and then through the town.
It has a certain ambiance, yes.
There is an ambiance to it, yes.
But by joining up with the 4 towns we were able to basically cut everybody's costs in half. We do, I know you're your own ambulance service provider, but we go in jointly with Hamden on that, and that saves money. Building commissioner, zoning enforcement officer, there's a lot of things that we could probably go in jointly on to maintain the level of services that we have, but to cut the costs.
Yeah, and the issue is I don't want to mislead people in that we don't do anything together.
Oh no.
Because there are our building commissioners and our plumbing inspectors and building inspectors actually do cover for each other when they're out.
Backup.
And there's a lot of reciprocal cooperation between our towns. I know our police chiefs talk. I know our fire chiefs talk when it comes to mutual aid and things like that. So it's not, our two towns are working together in a number of ways that people just might not see today.
Well, when we had our huge fire at the Bluebird Estates housing complex 4 years ago, you know, some of the first trucks there were Longmeadow trucks. Right. We really appreciate that. So yeah, we do rely very heavily on mutual aid, and you know, you have to. That's one of the only ways to get by.
And we still get together through regional select board meetings, and we do talk. And again, the good news is that, you know, our two towns, I think our board of selectmen, in the 6 years I've been on the board, we all know each other for probably the first time in 4 years of my being on the board, that we're the select board members of each town know our select board members of our neighboring town, and that's a good thing. That just means the doors are open and the phone numbers are accessible and people know who to call when there are some issues to discuss.
Well, I think with some of the financial constraints being what they are, we realize now that we have to team up on some things. It's the only way we're going to be able to get by.
Right, and when unfunded mandates come down from the state, when you have communities of similar size that just don't have the resources for full-time veteran services agents and other things, that it's imperative that we actually do some work together, because we're either going to, you know, probably swim together or sink together in some of these things, and it's better to have the backing of two select boards versus one when it comes to some of these issues. And I know that East Longmeadow's Board of Selectmen has been just as vocal about some of these issues as the Longmeadow Board of Selectmen have.
Absolutely, and I think even though people probably on Thanksgiving at the football game might disagree, on paper we are very, very similar. The differences are minor. We are in many ways carbon copies of each other. Right. So we have a lot of the same needs. We have a lot of the same problems. So.
Right. And actually, that's a great point, because Jack co-chaired the Selectmen's Cup with me this year, and I forgot how much.
I can't remember who won, though. That was so long ago.
No, error number one is Jack actually put his hands on the trophy and thanked us for the trophy. And I said thank you to Jack, because Jimmy Driscoll did the same thing the year before.
Apparently that's a jinx. I wasn't aware of that.
And that's okay. That's why I didn't tell you. So hopefully next year Paul Federici can do the same.
No, I'm going to warn him now. I'm going to warn him now that it's his turn.
But it's one of the most fun things, because as I had an interview with Coach Rotzko, who's retiring, and I talked to him about the Selectmen's Cup. And what's interesting is that Alex Rotzko and Scott Raymond, who's the coach of East Longmeadow football, are two very good friends. And when I first thought of this concept and reached out to Coach Rotzko, I didn't know that. I didn't know what I was going to get back from them, because, you know, sometimes coaches don't want outside influences on their football game as they prepare and so forth. He thought it was a great idea. When we talked about a potential food drive, him and Scott Raymond jumped in, volunteered their kids for everything and then some, about what they wanted to do, how the two teams should be together, not separate, and it was interesting. And from that, I mean, you know, from having that simple little trophy to collecting food for people that, you know, obviously are in need of it is, I think, more important than the trophy, obviously.
No, absolutely. And we have the open food pantry that we run out of our Council on Aging, and with the stuff that the football teams collected, it was enough to keep it stocked through February, which usually we're a few weeks ahead, and then we keep replenishing. But they had well over 10 weeks worth of food, which is fantastic.
And then this year it took, I think, a lot more importance because of the storms in October, and a lot of those pantries' foods were I know our pantry used some of their food for the warming shelters that we had.
Right.
And there was actually food collected by the high school kids that I actually received after the football game that we brought up to our open pantry in Longmeadow, and they were so thankful that they had, you know, 8 or 10 boxes of food that because theirs had been pretty much depleted. So again, I mean, the trophy is a great idea, and we kid ourselves. Like I said, Jimmy and Jack both have touched that trophy and accepted it, and it's a wonderful thing that, thank goodness, that Longmeadow keeps winning that game, as far as I'm concerned. But it was.
You could be jinxing it now.
Yeah, no. I just think it's a great thing that it really, you know, there's I can't think of the gentleman who was announcing this year with you, and his son was a co-captain who had been hurt.
Yes, and, Paul Frappier, and his son was Chris.
And he also has a son who's a sophomore who was playing on the varsity team. And Paul was telling me the story on Thanksgiving Day that as bad of a season that East Longmeadow was having, his son, who's a sophomore, said, as long as we beat Longmeadow, it'll make the season all worth it. And I think that sums up the game and why we created the trophy, because that game for some kids is A, their last football game, and B, probably the most important game of their life, unless they're playing in the Super Bowl or something. And if they're a senior, it's potentially their last game at home.
I think for a lot of them, it's not just a game; it's an event.
Yeah.
So
I think for our communities, it's an event too, because when you get 3,000 people at a game, I think it's
definitely one of the best attended.
It's to me, that game is like a Longmeadow days where it takes on its own aura. It's for high school kids, and I got Michael Clark back in the audience, and Michael will tell you that it's a reunion. Your first Thanksgiving Day game back when you're a freshman in college, it's a reunion, and it brings you back to your, all that unsettling stuff and you might have in college your first semester. It helps bring some of that to home when you see all your friends on Thanksgiving Day. So, and for parents, I get to see friends of my kids on that day, and friends who had kids that graduated. So I think it's a great event all around, and the cup is just the icing on the cake type of thing. And I did ask Coach Roscoe, I said, do you think your players really know about it? And he said, well, it's if it's in their mind, it's way back in their mind, but they like it when they get it. So when they win, they do like to have that cup, and it means something to them. But it's more after the fact, because they're focusing on the game and not on what we're doing. And this year we are going to have a nice little wager about who's going to serve who at either Rinaldi's or Longmeadow's. So yes, I think that'd be a fair bet. Of
course, we have a smaller wait staff. There's only 3 of us. There'd be 5
right.
of
So
you.
You're gonna have to work double time.
Right.
That's right.
It's still not exactly fair.
Well, no one said it was fair, man. So Jack, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate for taking the time.
All right.
All right, thank you much.
Luck.
And folks, that's our live edition Up the Upside, and thank you for watching. And God, I hope Gerald Duquette doesn't come back on TV. No, thank you for watching. It was great to have Gerald back in the booth, and I hope you enjoyed Longmeadow Days. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, my name is Erwin Purse. I'm chairman of the Longmeadow Recycling Commission. Last month, as part of our Earth Day celebration, we held a program in Longmeadow to highlight our curbside waste-side reduction program. And there are 2 parts of that program, trash removal and recycling. With trash removal, what we try to do is highlight the guidelines of the program, and that is, as you all know, each week, 35 gallons, bag or barrel, no charge for that. And trash removal, anything beyond that must be disposed of in a town-approved bag, blue bag that can be purchased at various area locations. And we tried to highlight those guidelines over the course of a month. For recycling, what we did is we devised a program to thank and identify exceptional recyclers in Longmeadow. And in conjunction with Allied Waste identified 15 households that they saw as exceptional recyclers in Longmeadow, at least 1 per district. And what we want to do today is thank those people. We have awards for them, and again, those awards are in conjunction with Allied Waste. I know Mike Rabel, the head of DPW, has a few words he'd like to say about our partnership with Allied Waste. Mike?
Thank you, Erwin. And again, we would like to thank a lot of the people for the town of Longmeadow, the residents who make our job easier, the towns and Allied for the work that they do on a day in and day out. And would like to enunciate, I guess, the fact that the people that do a good job recycling are saving the town of Longmeadow money, and that helps you in your taxes. It helps the town provide additional services. And we would like to thank Allied for their contribution for the awards that are being given this afternoon. Give the names.
Sure. Thank you, Mike. Oh.
Dan?
Thank you. We're really happy to be here today to recognize the best recyclers in Longmeadow. We pick up over 45 towns and cities in the Commonwealth, and the residents of Longmeadow do the best job in the state of recycling. We're amazed day in, day out, week in, week out, with the amount of recycling that is done in the town, and that saves all the taxpayers in this town a lot of money for the town. So we recognize 15 residents in the town that do a great job. Our drivers, week in, week out, have recognized a bunch of the residents who have done a great job. We're really glad to be here today. Congratulations. Sure.
And The awards are $25 gas cards. These awards are funded by Allied Waste as part of a community gift program that they provide. It's one of the programs that's funded by their gifts. So thanks again to Allied Waste. Recipients there are 15. Apparently we were able to contact 14 households, and some of them are here today. Pardon me if I don't pronounce your names correctly. David and Kasha Jari, Tedford Drive.
There you go, guys. Congratulations. Great job. Great job. Great job. Great job.
Robert and Ellen Leonard. Here? No. Okay. Bernie and Diane Mansfield. No. Okay. Susan Rosenberg.
Thanks, Susan. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Mara Murphy and Lars Peterson.
Congratulations. Very good job. Appreciate it.
Richard and Roberta Steingart.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Gloria Hugh and Patrick McCauley. No. Okay. Andrew and Rachel Goldberg. And I think that's it. That's what we have.
Yep.
All right. Thank you again. It's a great program, and we appreciate your participation.
Great job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I'm back, and as I did before, I'm doing interviews with big names, big stars, big pals, but we couldn't find one, so I got Jim.
Yeah, I
Jim
know.
Flaherty, a high school math teacher, comic extraordinaire. He isn't very funny on stage, but he's hilarious in the classroom.
Professionals weren't available, so they got me. Thanks, Gerald. He always sticks up for me. You know, I can always count on him.
Yeah, the other thing that people don't know about Jim is he is a Little League baseball coach like myself, and he isn't a committed Little League baseball coach. Not that he ought to be, but he is a committed baseball coach. How's your team doing?
They're getting better. They're getting better.
Excellent.
We kind of got shut out on the first couple rounds of the draft last year, so it's all, they're good.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, by the way. Yeah, my shutting you down there. So you're the coach of the Phillies.
Yes.
Of the Major League, and the Phillies, they work very hard. In fact, last game, I noticed that the kids of the coaches all hit the ball really hard.
Yes, they did.
How do we explain that? Were they imagining the ball was their parents, or what was it?
I had to drag Keating kicking and screaming to playing baseball. I don't want to play baseball. He's leading the team in all hitting categories, so he's having fun.
Absolutely. I was shocked to see how well he was playing, given his parentage and all. But
I know. It's hard to believe.
Outstanding. So what else is going on in Little League baseball? Is there any controversy? Is there anything that we can talk about here to create some headlines?
No, it's pretty, well, if you've ever watched T-ball, you know it's the sports equivalent of watching paint dry. So, but yeah, not a lot exciting.
No.
It's there. We are playing scrimmage games with teams from the Thompsonville, Connecticut Little League.
That's right. Hey, we're doing live TV here.
Live TV, what's going on?
I'm sorry, was I interrupted?
With your megaphone, yeah. Now they can't hear us. Great. Hecklers. Get them all the time.
Let me ask you, did you go out collecting on collection night for Little League? All you folks in Longmeadow know that once a year your doors are darkened by a pack of kids asking for money and giving you nothing. How'd it go for you?
For the Phillies, that's something we did win this year.
Excellent.
We topped all the other teams in what we took in.
Holy mackerel, what'd you bring in?
What we bring in? We brought 351.
Holy cross!
Oh my goodness, it was great.
We brought $170 and 2 giant boxes for the Girl Scout cookies, which someone gave us instead of money.
Those help.
Yeah. The only problem is I blew all the money at the track.
Jeez.
But other than that, it all went well.
Committed coach. Committed to his own. Uh-oh, here we go.
Well, what they're getting excited about, folks, is we're about to hear a cannon blast.
Just ignore it, folks.
Not to worry. It has nothing to do with what Jim had for lunch.
No. Moving on to politics.
Well, Jim is also an accomplished political commentator, so it's always good to get his take on politics. So, Jim, educate us.
Educate us, okay.
Or edumacate us.
If you haven't noticed, there is a presidential election going on this year. When you come to the conventions, here's my advice for everybody. What networks should I watch to watch the political conventions? Well, you notice all the networks have a bunch of talking heads commenting on what the actual speaker is saying, but you see very little of that. So C-SPAN, kids. C-SPAN. Yeah. I was watching it one year, and one of the talking heads was saying, well, what the governor of Hawaii is saying right now, I don't want to hear you. Just turn the camera on the governor. Turn it on the governor speaking, so I can hear what she's saying. You know, it's nuts. It's
now, how much of this angle has to do with your bitterness of not being asked to actually be a talking head for the conventions?
Very bitter about that.
I was just curious. A little psychological angle I was just looking at.
Because I'm an equal opportunity comic, I trash everybody.
Right.
First, when I open my set, I say, by applause, who's voting Democrat in the next election? People applause. By applause, who's voting Republican? People applause. By applause, who figures, what's the difference? They're all a bunch of liars and hypocrites, and we're all screwed anyway. And then the audience becomes an angry mob. So you kind of see where we're. That's the state of our union right there.
Yeah, you're really helping out to build participation.
Oh
in
yes,
this republic, aren't you?
I am. In fact, hey, as a teacher, both Democrat and Republican booths, I've told them the same thing when they ask, "Would you like a sticker? Would you like put a sign in your yard?" I'm a public school teacher, and we are here to educate, not indoctrinate. So if I put one sign
up, a little indoctrination never hurt anybody.
I'm going to put the other sign up as well. So
well, since your wife is far more intelligent than you and happens to be a liberal, I happen to know, display both signs in every election.
We put both signs up in our yard. It was great.
She's also a lot better looking.
I know, she is. She's the better half.
She's really got it all. What is your role in that relationship?
She's the better half. I am her full. I'm there to make her look good, intelligent, smart, organized, and she is.
I hear you. Very good.
So speaking of the school.
Yeah. Boy, did I tell you what I said when I got a chance to meet Elizabeth Warren?
Oh, the one who claimed Native American heritage? What did you say to her?
Well, I said how, but it didn't work. She didn't seem to understand.
I know.
So I don't think she's telling the truth if she doesn't speak Indian.
Perhaps a politician not telling the truth. Oh my gosh! Shut down the station.
I have her sticker on my hat, so I can make jokes.
I know you can. The other thing, the school. We have a brand new school. It's going math department.
You're not still sleeping in it, are you?
No, I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped. My wife let me back in the house,
good,
so I'm not sleeping there anymore. Good.
Excellent.
It only smells like a locker room because after I come from basketball, morning hoops, yeah, it does smell like a locker room. So anyway, it's going to have all this technology, Gerald. We're going to have smart boards.
Oh my God!
So at least the board's smart.
Yeah,
I mean, then they got to look at me. Kids, don't worry, the board's smart. Don't listen to me. The board is smart.
Absolutely. So, check the board.
Wicked smart for those of you from Eastern Mass. So anyway, it's going to be hard on me because I've really been promoting 19th century technology up at the high school.
Sure.
Essays on stone tablets, counting on fingers, abacus, the whole 9 yards.
That was a great band, Abacus, in the 70s, right?
Oh, yeah. But, I'm the one who bans calculators, so...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What am I going to do with an iPad?
Are you going to speak English to your students this year? I hear every once in a while you
No, that's
lapse.
no fun.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No.
You mean, am I going to start the first day with the freshmen speaking Spanish until they all freak out?
I heard of this. I heard tell of this.
I did do that. I don't care. And I'm the one, if anybody pops in, any other teacher, administrator pops into my room, they now expect to be messed with. They're in the audience, they're...
Outstanding. That's education, my friend.
Even when the NEASC people were in for accreditation and trying to accredit the school, and everybody's on, walking on eggshells, trying to act their most professional. Not me. We had a guy, he's sitting in, one of them sitting in on my class. Kids, tomorrow, Spanish. Teaching a lesson in Spanish.
That is fantastic.
Gotta mess with them. All right, they're about to blow the candle.
All right, well, holy mother of pearl.
All right.
So, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gerald.
You always finish with a bang.
Yes.